This is a Nuke Ops round on the Harmony server, and they are going to be boarding the Amber Station. 6 minutes in, and we are making first contact. The cargo shuttle is seemingly still just floating out in space, as in cargo hasn't even started flying it yet, because we are only 6 minutes into the shift. I mean, this isn't like the world's... been there, done that. they just disabled their own ship for a few seconds, so they're gonna be slowing down their arrival just a little bit. Alright, 7.5 minutes in, the cargo shuttle is being destroyed, which effectively means you don't have to worry about the ATS because no one can really get there easily. 8.5 minutes in, and we have first contact with the actual station, stepping through some outer grill wires right at the southern styled bridge of Amber Station. They are blitz ops, pretty much always guns straight for the captain, and the captain right now is having a lovely conversation with the hop. Things are always very peaceful 8 minutes into a round. Not very often that you expect a full nuclear operative team to be blowing in through your bedroom at this time. The C4 is barely visible where they're standing, but over the MIDI music, I don't think they would have heard it. But they definitely heard the explosion, but they're not very concerned with the fact that nuclear operatives just instantly rip open the captain's locker. They're checking the bathroom, looking for places that the ID card might be hidden. But Hristov used to breach a window, which is awesome. Captain's, hey, why is my window broken? Just... As if that wasn't brutal enough, just casually China-laking the office to add insult to injury. I really like that China-lake shot there. The hop just gets obliterated without anyone even having an idea of really what's happened yet. But yeah, this is why I've been doing these videos, again, is that the Hristov change is interesting. They just instantly shot through that window with the Hristov. You couldn't have done that without any other explosive before. China Lake hitting all the poor people just kind of standing around in the front of medical. I think they have to go get their nuke, it seems, because, I mean, they're floating straight back. Just, I want to point out how clean and precise it is. Let me just pause. Without even moving my camera, just going straight, almost leads perfectly. Just, I mean, it does on the same screen. Leads right to the death of the captain. Literally in and out without having to change a direction is some very high efficiency. That is, in my mind, like the headcanon of the nuclear operatives. They should be strike teams that can surgically remove the captain and get going with very little resistance or struggle. If they didn't have to use their own bomb, this 100% would have been planted by now, but maybe the in and out causes some confusion, but every second does count, especially once the captain's dead. They didn't take anything like the armory, so that means this is going to lead to a massive gunfight, which, yes, it's bad for the Nukies winning, but for coolness and fun factor, way more people get to get involved when you let people actually arm up. It's kind of weird, but Space Station isn't a game that encourages winning. It encourages winning, but not winning so hard that other people can't have fun. There's a very invisible line between that was an awesome gunfight and we lost and that was fun. That was an awesome gunfight, we won and that was fun, versus we won so hard that no one other than me had fun. They're trying to arm the bomb, and I don't even know what in the hell this is, but it is technically attached to the station. But they're trying to, like, arm it out here, like, on solars, and again, just seeing their stuff used as a tool rather than just a weapon is a really cool. A little bit of mismanagement on the Nukie's part here. Seems like none of them really have jetpacks. They kind of, I think, have really expected the bomb to be able to be planted there. Thankfully, it's a pretty close jump to the actual evac. Like, what is that? Space Station physics, never question them. Oh, I didn't even see that. Head of security coming out like a fucking shadow in the night. I think they just took a Hristov shot to the chest, too. Fortunately, those aren't armor piercing. This head of security is... I mean, the WT in space is just a terrifying weapon. It's better than anything the Syndicates have by a mile in space, which is ironic because the Syndicate are usually the space battlers. But using the Hristov to instantly get in the station, this head of security still just looking for blood. But just swapping to their back open head of energy shotgun. Few more good hits there. The head of security almost took out 2 of them before it was even armed. But absolutely beautiful counterattack, and that is why Nukies, you need to have some capability, either blood red mag boots as your backup for flying, or stick together as a team better if you aren't all equipped to fly between tiles there. But great on the head of security for exploiting that weakness. Now that the doors of the outside like this are breached, this whole area is spaced, which will make it harder for non-hard-suited combatants to counter the nuke. Harmony, again, has really high space damage, so you really need to be in a proper suit for this. Surprisingly, and I guess unsurprisingly, several people on the station are already hard-suited up at the right place. Within 20 seconds of the bomb being armed, they were ready. Just, these Nukies are not getting a great break. They had an amazing entrance, but the crew is pissed about losing the captain. People get avenged very, very fast on this server. Like, way faster than my time on these servers like Wisden. Maybe it's the difference between MRP and like LRP level of competency, but every time I watch Nukies on MRP servers, not even just Harmony or my own server stuff, people are really fast at getting things done. Atmos Tech just saying, fuck your laser. Sprinting straight in with the fire axe. Fortunately didn't land a swing, but that should be the first rally of we need to disarm this nuke right now. Time is counting down pretty quickly. Already been armed for a minute and 20 seconds. I come in peace. Security officer coming in from the top, maintenance giving a flank. This bot is tied, just sprinting straight in, making the Nukies have to look not directly at their target. Salvagers coming in. Some form of suicide bomb with a potassium did not turn out well for them. Didn't hit the Nukies with it at all. Body recovery efforts, just trying to squeeze past the Hristov shots here. Somebody picked up the fire axe that Atmos Tech brought in earlier, got a few swings in because of that. It's funny how and crazy how little things like that, like somebody coming with an axe, dropping it, leads to somebody else picking up the axe and getting a swing in. This poor plant play here didn't disguise their body good enough. The Nukies survived the first wave, and they survived it rather well. They are healing up. They had to pop things like either that was Hyperzine or something, but they had to heal a little bit there. You stink. Good laser shots going through the back to the airlock there. The head of security is creeping back through here. China Lake in hand. I kind of forgot about the China Lake. The first shot kind of flew back, and I think it hit that security officer. Seemingly only shot one shot. Going to be flying back for a second. Or attempting to. They should have more shots. I only saw them shoot once, but maybe they didn't get the ammo. Oh, well, there it is. Second shot didn't end up hitting anyone. Third certainly hit themselves. As the China Lake was distracting them, though, there was more of a frontal push, but that got shut down, too. These two Nukies are just absolutely holding their ground here. More desperate attempts of people starting to try to counterattack without even having hard suits, just trying to get any single shot into these operatives, hoping to attrition them out of medicine eventually. Great spray down there by this chemist, like pretty much hit every single bullet they could there. That agent is immediately goes from not having blood loss stuttering to blood loss stuttering. You see how slow they're moving. They're not hurting, or they are hurting, I mean. Back to the space fight here. Agent just finally took enough damage to bleed out. I guess they're called the combat medic now. Energy shotgun, just the raw DPS of it was enough to tank even straight through the commander armor there. Being able to defuse and shoot's a little bizarre, but yeah, the head of security, who I can't tell if it's either Mika or Felipe. It is actually the head of security, who's Mika, who took Felipe's card. Okay, now that makes sense. But they have successfully defused using the stolen China Lake. Was a good distraction. Led for a lot of the crew had to die for this. But that is it. The disc has been resecured. Only seconds off from actually detonating. Came down to the absolute wire. Most of the crew, well, maybe not most, a large part of the crew is dead here. Very, very bloody fight. If it wasn't for them getting stuck in this little space area here, I think things would have been very different. Anyways, very fun to watch. Great round. Haven't seen Blitz in a while, but the Nukies still have not had a win on this channel in a bit.